Marketing Director at Detroit Sports Media. A little bit about who we are, what we do. We're started 70 years ago as the Detroit Sports Broadcasters Association. And we are the guys, our group are the guys that do all the play-by-play for all the Detroit's pro teams. The Tigers, Lions, Pistons, Red Wings, Dan Dickerson, Mario Mpemba, Ken Kell, Ken Daniels, and all the rest of them. George Blaha, Mark Champion, Greg Helser, Dan Miller. So we started out, and last year, because of all the changes in technology, we went from Detroit Sports Broadcasters to Detroit Sports Media, because guys that were broadcasting are now writing, and guys that were writing are now broadcasting. So guys like Mike O'Hara, now you see him on social media. So we decided we had to roll with the punches and make a change, which we did. So we've been around 70 years, and about 8 years ago, Jim Ryan and I were invited to come down to Bayview and just sit in on a meeting about what we could do to help enhance, maybe create a little more notoriety to the Bayview race, or the Bellsby or Bayview Mackinaw race. And I had sailed in 20 of them, and so I knew how the game was played, and I knew that it's a niche race, and great for the state of Michigan, great for the sailing community, but how can you create more awareness? So we walked out of the meeting, and I thought, Jim, I have no clue. I have no clue. And so, I just sat on it for a little bit, and about maybe a week or so later, I was taking a shower, and my creative time always happens either in the shower or in the car listening to rock and roll music, coming up with these wild ideas. And so I said, I got it. I can get the teams involved, because all the boats are handicapped, and so a small boat can race against a big boat and actually have a chance to win. So I decided at that time I was going to call Kevin Grigg at the Pistons. This is 8 years ago, and the Pistons were being sold. Kieran Davidson was selling the team, and they really weren't doing anything. They were just staying low key. So I called Kevin up and I said, okay, here's the program. You have a representative at Bayview at the press conference. You pick a boat, and then if your boat, when you pick your boat, you have to provide the team or the crew with shirts and hats and a flag. And those 4 boats, it'll be a race within a race. And the boat that wins out of those 4, if your boat wins, you have to provide the crew and a guest. You have to host them in a game. And Kevin said, we're in. So it didn't cost him really anything, except shirts and hats. So then I called the Red Wings, called the Tigers, called the Lions. They were all in. So what this did is that the only team playing during the summertime is the Tigers. So it gave the other teams, the Pistons, the Lions, and the Red Wings, an opportunity to get social media, to get some more notoriety during the summertime. And they said, absolutely. And then a lot of people that perhaps are not interested in sailing, once they find out that the Tigers, all 4 teams are involved, they're more inclined to follow the team to find out what's going on. So they can go on Yellow Brick, go on Bayview site and go on Yellow Brick. They'll see the flag going up, the little logo going up Lake Huron, and they can follow the flag of their favorite team. So that's how it all came about. And it's this is our 9th year. I remember the first year. So I remember everybody was a little anxious about it. They didn't know, is this going to really work, and a little skepticism. So I remember after we picked the boats, the first skipper I called was Ray Adams of Epic. And I introduced myself and said, Ray, my name is Bill Harrington. I'm involved with the Detroit Sports Broadcasters at that time. And your boat has been picked to represent the Detroit Tigers. And Ray goes, who are you? What's this all about? So I had to repeat it. I said, yeah, okay, we're in. And then I called Dave Irish up at Irish Boat Works. And, who are you? What's this all about? And no one really seemed to get it until all the shirts and hats showed up at their houses. And then they said, oh, this is serious. And so the first year, the Tiger boat won, Ray Adams. And they were pretty excited about it. I think they have a Benetton 46. And they were pretty excited about the whole thing. So that was the beginning of it. And so far it's gone along pretty well. We've had some great press events down at Bayview. And then 4 years ago, Tommy Riopel called me up and said, we have this set sail for autism program, and would it be okay if we got involved with you guys? And when we go down to Bayview and have this, we have a representative of each of the teams. And this year we had Rick Mahorn representing the Pistons, Dan Petrie representing the Tigers, Ken Cal representing the Red Wings, and Lomas Brown representing the Lions. And all we had to do is we had John Mason last year introducing. We have, the lights, the smoke. It's like going to a game, and said we'll do the same thing. We'll just introduce each of the honorary crew members and make them part of the whole hoopla. And they loved it. So it was fun for us, fun for everybody, and the whole press event. They're waiting to get through all the conversations with all the other people to get to our portion of it, because that's what becomes fun. So very successful. Glad we've been able to do this and participate in this program. So today, we're going to talk about the skippers, get the boats up here, or get the skippers up here, the boats will stay in the water, and talk about them a little bit. So, let's get up here and introduce, first we're going to start with the Lions boat. We always go in alphabetical order. So the Lions are represented by Scout with Jeff Breeden and Jeff Clark. Lomas Brown picked your boat, and Connor Renches, who is the honorary crew member. Unfortunately, Connor is not here. So come on up, Jeff. So you stand right down there. I'll get to you shortly. Better have some good answers for you. Now, just so you know, just to put a little heat on these guys, the Lions, they have a new coach this year, Matt Patricia. And also, Monday we had our golf event. We have our annual golf event out at Cherry Creek. And we have the Mascot Chip Champion Challenge sponsored by Uncle Ray's Potato Chips. We have 12 mascots out there, each get one shot to chip it toward the hole. And Rory won for the third year in a row. So the Lions, everybody hopes for the Lions that they're finally going to win a Super Bowl. And we hope they're going to get the playoffs, actually. So Rory came out and gave the Lions their first victory of the season. So the pressure is on you guys. Can you give the Lions the second victory before the season starts? Now, don't answer. I'll give you a little time to think about an intelligent answer. Okay, so the next boat is Pendragon by the Pistons and Greg Thomas. Now, perhaps you haven't heard the story, but Pendragon is at the marina, up on blocks being repaired. They had a little kerfuffle, as I say, on the way up, and so they're not going to be there repairing the boat, and I think it's repaired now, and so they're ready to get in the water. So Greg Thomas cannot be here. Rick Mahorn drew their boat. Now, let me tell you a story. 2 years ago, Rick Mahorn drew Naughty Boys. The bad boys drew Naughty Boys. So Rick draws a boat. The boat does well. And then a month after it got down there, it's racing in Lake St. Clair, got struck by lightning and destroyed. So Rick picked Pendragon this year. And Pendragon is out of the water right now, so, I'm not sure whether I'm going to tell Rick what's going on, because he may never come back to Bayview again. Third boat, Red Wings boat, Wayne Juris. Come on up, Wayne. And Ken Cal drew the Red Wing boat. And the set sail for Autism, our honorary member, is Jack Mara. So Jack, come on up here. Come on up here. Okay. Stand over there with Wayne. We were down at Little Caesars Arena the other day, and Ken Cal took us on a great tour. They saw everything about Little Caesars Arena that you could hope to see. The locker room, the ice, which there's no ice on the main floor. So we were down at their practice ice, down on the ice. I mean, it was pretty cool to see that. And then the Tigers boat, Sunshine, and here's Morrison is out on the river someplace, bringing the boat up here, and representing is their right-hand crew member here, Bill Moss. And Bill's wife, his wife, And your name? Susan. Okay, Susan. So Bill's out there someplace, right? Ayers. Yeah, Bill's right next to you. And Dan Petrie do their vote. And that was Dan's first time, and Dan was the World Series winner, so the pressure's on now because the Tigers won the first year, and they haven't won since. So, and we're now, Pause, are you out there? Okay,
There's Pause.
Okay, Pause, you can come on over and stand over here, you know? And Dan Petrie, now Trey Tarman's the Set Sail honorary crew member. Now, and they're blowing the horn for you, Paul, because you just walked in here. So, okay, so I had a text message from the scene, and they were on their way. Unfortunately, they were on their way to Bayview, so they're not. Unfortunately, they're not going to be here. She sent a text message back, and she greatly apologetic, but you know, like the boat name down there, details. You got to pay attention to all the details if you want to do well in this sport. So they're going to learn. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go over to the Lions. Come on over here, Jeff. Okay, so you heard the Lions. The Lions have won 3 of these things. The Pistons have won 2, the Red Wings have won 2, and the Tigers have won 1. So now that Rory has won the golf thing on Monday, what are you guys going to do to win this thing?
Well, we would love to keep the streak alive, or at least the winning ways alive for the Lions. If Lomas Brown were to come and send us off to the race, I would guarantee a victory. In the absence of that, we will.
Jim Branstad. Sorry.
Yeah, we will. All right, we will guarantee a victory for the Lions.
I've got Lomas's number on my phone. I can call him right now and say, Lomas, they just guaranteed a victory. So we'll see what. I think I'll do that before you leave here and see what he has to say. So what I'm going to do is give you. Bear with me here. You get a bag, a Detroit Sports Media bag, and where's that? There we go. Now in this bag, you don't get the whole bag. Just hold that for a second. Now in this bag, we had our golf tournament the other day, and Rocket Fiber gave us these sunglasses. We had a lot of sunglasses left over. These are special glasses. You know, Rocket Fiber. They're going to do a lot of the Wi-Fi down in Detroit and up in Grosse Pointe. Special glasses, so take enough for your crew because these are special glasses. You can see the wind